Hello and very happy to see you on our channel. Today we give you a piece of breaking news from British news magazines. Meghan Markle wins trial delay, but this court action could backfire on her. Meghan Markle asking for and receiving a postponement on her case doesn't bode well for a positive result. Is the Duchess backing down? It appears Meghan Markle has won a request to postpone her high court legal battle with Associated Newspapers Limited, which was due to begin in January 2021. A preliminary hearing was scheduled for the 29th of October, which was initially to discuss costs and case management. It now appears that Meghan's legal team forwarded an application to Mr. Justice Warby for the trial to be postponed to yet an unknown date. Why is Meghan Markle asking for a postponement? This is the key question, and it's one we don't have a definitive answer to at present. Details may become available now that Mr. Justice Warby has granted an extension to Meghan's legal team, but at the moment, no one is really sure. As you can imagine, social media is rife with opinions and claims as to why Meghan Markle, after seeming so adamant that she wanted to make an example of Associated Newspapers, is now looking to postpone. I have a few theories of my own on this development. Meghan Markle wants to avoid going to trial and taking the stand. I honestly believe that despite her posturing, Meghan Markle is not interested in returning to the UK and taking the stand. In her various Zoom calls, we've already seen that while she may qualify as a passable Z-list actress when she's required to perform on the fly, she isn't up to par. There's also the fact that Meghan taking the stand in a legal trial would be a circus, the likes of which we've rarely seen. Her performance and every word would be under scrutiny, and I don't think she fancies that kind of scenario, especially now that the case has taken a somewhat unforeseen twist with the release of a certain book. Could finding freedom be behind Meghan's change of heart? I still believe that when the idea of a tell-all book written by a close associate in Omid Scobie was floated, Meghan Markle thought she carried out a perfect plan. It was a way for her to put out a heavily curated version of events during her short-lived failure as a royal without taking the blowback of being the actual author of the book itself. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? A lot, as it turns out. The book has clearly been written with the involvement of both Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. Some of the more intimate details would have been impossible for the writers, Omid Scobie and Caroline Durand, to find out about without actually hearing it directly from Meghan and Harry. So, what happens next? With Mr. Justice Warby allowing the postponement, this changes much of what we knew about this case. It's also worth considering that a summary judgment was reportedly asked for initially. This has been mentioned in a few media outlets today. If Meghan's legal team asked for a summary judgment, followed by a postponement, it doesn't bode well for their confidence in this case. I'd wager that Meghan Markle is not interested in being asked to take the stand and answer questions related to Finding Freedom book. I've said previously that the book would cause her issues, and it seems this is coming true in spectacular fashion. This court action could backfire on Meghan Markle big time. The best Meghan can hope for now, in my opinion, is an out-of-court settlement for a token fee that Associated Newspapers may see as a worthwhile trade-off against pretty hefty legal fees, not to mention a drain on the time of the people involved. However, there's also the scenario where Associated Newspapers Limited decides to forego the settlement option and go for the kill, pressing ahead with their case and not resting until Meghan is thoroughly defeated. This would serve as a message to any other celebrities who may be thinking of taking a similar course of action. Ironically, Meghan Markle could end up being made an example of instead of the other way around, which is what she most likely believed would be the case. I think she's a coward. They can do the walk. Popular UK opinion, we don't want her back in our country. She's a weak, independent, middle-aged woman who relies totally on men to get anywhere in life. She's a total fake. I'm glad people are finally seeing her for the nobody she is. Perhaps she isn't an independent because she needs the royal connection to give her relevance. Is she weak or just a naive narcissist? We're all getting a lot of laughs from her, and the lecturing from above, the uneducated lecturing, just supports why she never made it in show business. But when it comes to being a sideshow, she's truly a queen, so perhaps she has achieved royalty. It's already backfired because she expected an out-of-court settlement. And why the deferral on the confidential matter? She's pregnant and doesn't want the announcement to be made in court. She needs a fanfare announcement. And once the baby's born, she'll use it as a reason to withdraw from the case. With her big mouth always spouting some kind of nonsense, why is she able to all of a sudden keep it confidential? Why? Because it will hurt her. She doesn't care about her father or anybody else. She's proven that time and time again. If she's pregnant, she will wait till the queen has a major event, and then her big mouth will be opened wide. I hope she finally realizes how bad she screwed up Harry's life. It's obvious that they're backtracking with this court case, showing that they're shaking in their boots. Their application for appeal to prevent using finding freedom in court has been denied. If they are confident that they did not cooperate with the authors of the book, then I don't see the reason why they had to appeal for preventing the book to be used as evidence. They now have a breather until autumn next year to decide if they want to go ahead with the trial. They are going to know if they can go ahead with a summary judgment instead of a full trial in January. If their bid for a summary judgment is not successful, I think they will seriously consider out-of-court settlement rather than going ahead with a full trial. It's obvious to everyone that they had input in finding freedom, and it will be a total embarrassment for them if that fact is proven in court. Oh, not to worry. If she loses, she'll just start a new lawsuit against the photographer who took their new official portrait. He didn't release the one with her smiling at the cameras, and she wasn't shown as what it is you said, Meghan, a woman of color. After all, this is not a bombshell, and many of us predicted this would happen. One only has to look at the pattern Meghan Markle has chosen to follow for the past decade. She always backs out. The actress has a very big mouth and loves to talk about herself. Being behind the camera, where she has total control, she likes to appear confident. But put her on a witness stand to give testimony, hold her accountability to her actions, and committed to answering questions by a barrister that has one of the most brilliant minds in the British legal system, she would be completely out of her depth. Remember, under oath, she would have to lay her hand on the Bible and swear to speak the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. For Meghan Markle, who doesn't know how to tell the truth, this would be a disaster, and she knows it. She's already suffered 2 major setbacks and also has been asked to hand over her phone with all records to the High Court. Imagine that and what could be revealed, enough to throw her into a proper fit. She was in a relationship for 7 years before she married Trevor Engelson. Not only did she ditch the guy and sent the rings back in the post, she even had her mouthpiece, Scobie, write about the relationship in their book, Finding Freedom. Now, how nasty is that? She never wanted her father, half-siblings, or any other members of the family to attend her wedding. Who knows the real reason why? Maybe she was a little nervous about what could come out of their mouths during a jovial celebration. And her father knows her obsession for control, which no doubt he would mention in a speech. Much better allowing only her mum to attend. Daria is a dark horse and an expert on zipping her lips. Bird of a feather. Trusting Mr. Judge Warby bases his next decision on another person who has a much better reason for getting the trial over and done with than his 40-year-old despicable, ungrateful daughter. She really is quite pathetic. How about you? What do you think of Meghan Markle's win in the trial delay? Please let us know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and share with your own followers. And as always, subscribe to our channel for all the latest news on the royal family, Meghan Markle, and Prince Harry right here. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.